Hello students. Now today we are going to talk about a new topic. This topic is about different stages of the growth of child. Okay, and the name of the chapter is Adolescence, Puberty and Hormones. Okay. Now just related to this topic, we have covered one of the topic in our previous chapter. And in this chapter, that means the chapter which we have already discussed, in that chapter we have discussed about the male reproductive organ and female reproductive organ, and also we have discussed about the how a zygote get converted into an embryo, how embryo gets converted into fetus, and then from fetus how a child is formed. Okay, so we have studied everything about the how the child comes into this world. Now in this chapter we are going to talk about the different stages of a child. Okay, different stages of a child, that means from the very beginning, from the birth of a child to the different stages, like till the adolescence, till the puberty we are going to talk about. We will also discuss in this chapter about the various hormones which are released by our body from time to time, and how these hormones affect our body, how these hormones affect the body of child, how the hormones affect different emotions. That also we are going to study in this chapter. So now we'll talk about this what just now I told you about the various stages of a child. Okay, so let me write the name of the topic, which is adolescence and puberty and hormones. Okay, adolescence, puberty and hormones. Adolescence, puberty and hormones. So now we are going to talk about this topic, which is what? Adolescence, puberty and hormones. Okay, and as I told just now, like at least 2 times I have told that in this topic we are going to discuss about the various stages of a child. Okay, so first of all, to begin with the topic, first of all I would like to say that when a child takes birth, okay, everybody, I think everybody might have seen a newborn baby, isn't it? Very delicate, like very small and very sweet, isn't it? So now, and you might have also seen a baby of 1 month, 2 months, something like that, after little difference between the birth and the like maybe one month, 2 months old. Okay, so now when we talk about the baby just who has taken birth, so from that stage, okay, from the birth to the next 2 years, okay, that means when the child takes birth, from that period, that means from 0 years to next 2 years, this period is known as infancy. This period is known as infancy. So just I'll write the definition of this, what it is. Infancy. So what is the age in this level when I say infancy? So what group, which group of child or children comes under this? So it is children from the birth to 2 years of age, okay, is infancy. Or even I can write the, okay, what I can write even growth between the birth till 2 years is called as infancy. So children, what we are talking about, we are talking about a child whose age is between 0, that means just taken birth, to 2 years, okay. So this category, this age, the children who are of this age belongs to this category, and it is known as what? Infancy. Now, if you have seen, if you remember, from 0 to 2 years, the child develops very fast, isn't it? The child develops very fast. See, when the child takes birth, okay, after that, just when the child is of 1 day, 2 day or 1 week, anybody can take the child in the hand and can play with the child, isn't it? The child doesn't objects for that, isn't it? The child doesn't understand the thing. The child do not recognize any person, isn't it? But you might have observed, children, that as the child grow, okay, as the child grow, within a month or so, okay, within a month or so, child, he begins to understand. He begins to recognize the family members, or he begins to recognize the members who often visit or who are very close by, isn't it? So he understands that, yeah, like this person is very special to me, this person is very close to me. And often you might have observed that when child cries and then when mother takes the child stops crying, isn't it? So what is that? That is because the child understands now, like this is some familiar person, this is a known person, yes. So, and as the child will grow further, then you try and take the child, he will start crying like anything, isn't it? Why? Because now slowly he is developing this quality of being, of recognizing. He understands after some time very well that this person doesn't belong to me, and if he takes the child will start crying, isn't it? He will reject that person like, no, I cannot be with you, isn't it? What else a child learn in this stage from 0 to 2 years? What else a child learns, children? See, this is a stage when the children, they grow very fast. They show lot of development, isn't it? As I'm talking again about the same thing, when the child is of 0 years, like just 1 week child, you will see, can a child walk? Can a child talk? Can he understand anything? He cannot, isn't it? He cannot. But after some time, after a few days, the child begins to understand, he begins to recognize, he learns to sit, first of all, he will start cycling, then slowly he will, start turning, and then what he will do, then the child starts, crawling, then after that, the child starts to, he learns to sit, okay, in the beginning even the child cannot sit, so child starts to, he learns to sit, slowly he learns to stand, then to walk, and then gradually to run also, isn't it? Now, all these things which are discussed are totally the characteristics of infancy, okay? But I'll just tell you one thing, but like I'm telling all these characteristics are of infancy, but children, again, there is difference from person to person, so there is difference from child to child. Some child may learn to, walk earlier than to speak, isn't it? Some may speak sooner, then they will walk later on. So, there are little changes from person to person. It is not exactly fixed like this day a child is going to speak, or this day the child is going to walk, or this day the child is going to run. Okay, so the first thing what fits in our definition, the first thing which fits in our this word infancy is what, children? It is the stage of growth of a baby. Okay, the stage of growth of a baby which lies between what period, children? From 0 to 2 years. Okay, it is from 0. This is very important point to remember. The growth period, the stage of growth. Okay, the stage of a growth of a child from where? From birth. Okay, whatever stages comes. So the stage of growth of a child from the birth to the next 2 years. Okay, that is what, children? That is infancy. And in this period the development of the child takes place very fast. Okay, now what all the child learns, children? Just now we have discussed, he learns to sit, to run, to walk, you know, just reverse the sequence. So different kinds of movements he understands. He understands, you know, like this thing is mine. You know, if you try to sit near a kid who is of, you know, almost 2.5, 2 years old and try to say like, yeah, this toy belongs to me, definitely that child is going to become, you know, he will start, you know, he will react to that, that no, that toy doesn't belongs to you, that is mine. So he understands that, he understands the, you know, that feeling of like it's mine. Okay, that recognition feeling develops in the child. Okay, so we are talking about infancy. So children from 0 to 2 years of age, this age group of children, they come in this category. Or we can say, how can we define the stage of growth? Okay, the stages of growth from birth to 2 years of age is known as what? Infancy. Okay, so we'll also write the characteristics of this. What does a child do, children? The child learns. Okay, the child learns to crawl, sit, okay, walk, run, okay, then he also understands, you know, sometimes, you know, this small children, okay, they cannot speak much, but if you show your emotions, okay, if you show your emotions, if you get angry, this children understands, you know, they will start crying. The best thing what this children can do is crying, isn't it? The thing which is not according to them, how they will show? Because they are not able to speak. So obviously how they will be showing, children? They will be showing by what? By crying. They will feel hungry, they will cry. They don't want the person to take them, they will cry, isn't it? They want something, they will cry. So this is the way of expression, but still the child understands the emotions. Okay, he also understands the emotions he recognizes the family member okay, and you know, a feeling of belongingness comes in from the spirit itself. Okay, so what we are talking about, children? We are talking about infancy. Now see, this is what? This is infancy. The definition what I have written over here, a child from birth to the age of 2 is known as infancy. Now various characteristics also we have written. The development is very fast in this stage, isn't it, children? The development, the growth and development is very fast in these 2 years. Yes children, the growth and development is very fast in these 2 years. He learns to sit, he learns to crawl, to sit, to walk, to run. Okay, then he also understands, I have written twice, he also understands the emotion. I have written it twice, I will just have to rub it once. He also understands the emotion, okay. So it was written twice and so I rubbed it once. So he also understands the emotion. Okay. Now, he recognizes the family members. That means he understands the family members. Okay, the growth and development is very, very fast. So children, I think this stage is very clear to you. What we are talking about, we will be discussing in this chapter. What we will be discussing, children? We will be discussing about the various growth stages of the children, okay, or of a child. So we will be discussing various growth stages of a child in this topic, in this chapter. Now, to begin, we have started, okay, to begin this chapter, okay, we have started with infancy. What is the meaning of infancy, children? The growth, okay, the various stages of growth from birth, okay, from birth, from where? From birth to till the child becomes like of 2 years. All the thing, whatever he does, all the growth stages, whatever comes from 0 to 2 years is known as infancy. Okay, here the growth is fast, development is fast, but this is very, very initial stage of a child. Okay, so we are talking about the first stage, that is infancy. Now, after this is childhood. So I'll talk about now second stage, that is childhood. So what is childhood, children? Now, the period of a child, okay. So the period of the growth stage, okay, the growth stage from 2 to 12 years. The growth stage between the, which period between the 2 to 12 years is known as childhood. Now, you are quite familiar with the children who belongs from 2 to 12 years, isn't it? So, what are those things, which they can be doing or they can be understanding. So, what are the things, children? See, till this age, isn't it? Till the child, like when he becomes of 2.5 to, isn't it, 2.5 years old, the child starts going to school. That means now he is learning how to behave with others, isn't it? To behave publicly, to behave socially. Okay, he also develops relationship with, the other than family members, because his circle increases now, isn't it? He will go to school, okay, he will get new friends over there, he will be, he will try, and the various emotions, various emotions are developed. He'll be showing his anger, sometimes affection he'll be showing, okay, sometimes he will be rejecting something, like different, he will be very happy, he'll be very sad, he'll cry, he will laugh, isn't it? So different things, different as the I should say condition, as per circumstances, he will learn to behave, isn't it? Now, when he goes out to the school, he learns to write and to read, isn't it? And also he becomes little independent, don't you think so? See, the mother doesn't go and carry the things to the school, isn't it? So child, he is in phase of becoming little, independent. He tries and does all his work. I will tell you one thing, children, one very strange thing, that the children who belong to this age, okay, from 2 to 12, they love to do their work, okay, because everything is new for them. they want to take bath by themselves. Okay, when the mama comes and tries to give them bath, they will always say no. Like they will, for what they want themselves to do something. Okay, then whatever, if the, he will be taking the, in this period, even the child imitates the elder people. He will take the bag of the father, he will try to, show that he is moving to the office or something like that. That means a child tries to imitate. He tries to become, show that he is growing up, he is becoming independent. He tackles with small things, like taking care of his books, completing his books, writing, taking care of his pencils, whatever, his belonging, his bags, his notebooks, so that, that confidence is building. Okay, that dependence is getting, that it is getting little reduced, and the child is becoming what? Independent now, little bit. Okay, he is trying to become independent. So we'll just write the definition and we'll talk more about this. So what we are talking about, children? First of all, we have discussed infancy, the stage of growth from 0 to 2 years of age, where the development is very, very fast and the child learns different things. This is a very first stage, isn't it, when he has entered in this world. So he tries to crawl, run, walk, isn't it? Then exchange of emotions, he understands anger, he understands, he understands affection, belongingness, like this is my mother, this is my thing. Okay, so all these things comes under infancy. After this, we are discussing about the childhood, isn't it? Now childhood, what is childhood? We have discussed, I am telling that this is from birth to 2 years. So now this childhood will be from where, children? From 2 years, isn't it? So from 2 years to the next, like from 2 to 12 years, it will be known as what? Childhood. So we'll just write that. So first you just note this down. Now we will be discussing about what? Childhood. So what shall I write now, children? I will be writing about what? Childhood, isn't it? So let's talk about childhood now. Okay, so what is the meaning of childhood? The stages of growth from two years to 12 years is called as childhood. Okay. So, as we have discussed about the childhood, here which group of the children comes into this category? The children who belongs from, like their age is from 2 years to 12 years. This group of children comes into this category. Okay. So, just now as we have discussed, what is the thing which they are developing over here? They are becoming more intellectual, they are becoming more social, they are developing themselves, they are becoming more independent, isn't it? So we will, and the weight, the growth, like all goes in a very, very regular phase. Okay, so we are talking about childhood and we'll be writing now various points of the childhood. So always remember, infancy is from 0 to 2 years and childhood is from what? It is from 2 years to 12 years. Okay, so we'll talk about the characteristics of this. Child grows intellectually, he becomes little independent, learns to behave socially, completes his routine work, okay, height and weight increases on a regular pace. Okay, so now we are talking about what? Now we are talking about childhood. So what is the age? Now the age is from 2 years to 12 years. Okay, so how to define children? The stages of growth from 2 years to 12 years are what? Are this group, or like children of this group comes into this category. Like if a child is between 2 years to 12 years, then this stage is known as what? Childhood. Okay, this stage is known as childhood. So how can we define the stages of growth? Okay, the stages of growth from 2 years to 12 years is called as childhood. Okay, so this stage is known as childhood. So what are the different characteristics which a child is developing? What are the different features? What are the different, what development a child shows in this stage? So first of all, child grows intellectually. Why? Because he is going to school. Okay, he come across many people. Child come across many people. He comes in contact with many people. Maybe in bars. Maybe when he goes to the goes out for playing. Maybe neighborhood. So he maybe the cousins, the family members. So the child is coming in contact with various people, and so he develops. Okay, he develops intellectually. He learns many things. He knows various things. Nowadays the children are so developed that I have seen many children, many kids of age lying between this. They can operate many things, isn't it? It's not good actually, but I have seen many children from 2 years or somewhat this kind of age. They can operate mobile, the smartphones very nicely. Okay, so maybe 3 years, 3.5 years, they play games nicely to their level. Okay, so they are getting more exposure. They are getting more exposure of technology, and so they are more smarter, isn't it? They are more smarter. The things which a child of same, like if we take the example of two children, A and B. A child is the child, when I am talking about the olden days, maybe your grandfather's time. Okay, if you take the example when your grandfather was of this particular age group 2 to 12, and take the example of a child, okay, who is now between the age group of 2 to 12 years. So you will yourself can understand that the smartness with the child, okay, which can be seen in this era, was not there in that era or that time. Okay, that is why children, that is just because of the exposure, because they are they are coming in contact of all these things very early. So they are developing that sense to use it. They are developing that knowledge about various things. So what is their children? Child grows intellectually. So child is growing intellectually. Now he becomes little independent because he wants to take bath by himself. He wants to eat, this group. Obviously 12 years is very big children, but still when you talk about 4 to 5 years, they don't like to be feeded by someone else. They will, they will like to eat themselves. Small things, taking their things up, small things. So what is the thing, children? The child is becoming little, he is becoming little independent now. He doesn't like to be more, to rely or to depend on others. So he wants his work, he completes rather, isn't it? Till he come to this age, okay, from this age to this age, he learns many things, he develops many things, okay, he then slowly he understands the daily routine, what has to be done, where what things has to be kept, okay, how the school routine has to be, how the school books has to be completed, how the school works, that means how he is supposed to be there in the school. You will see a child talking a lot at home, but he won't do so in the school, because now the child is learning. He knows now the rules and regulation of the school, so he knows to behave socially, isn't it? To behave publicly. I have written over here, learns to behave socially. Means he knows that when he'll be going to someone's place, he has to behave in this way. Okay, when he is there in the school, he needs to behave in this way. So he becomes very smart, he knows how he has to behave. He deals with his own things on his level, and he is developing intellectually, he is developing certain qualities, he is learning daily new things, he is crossing over all the bridges, like earlier how he was, like he do not like anyone to to be like maybe like if someone tries to play, no, he just wanted, he was there in his own family, but now he has crossed that. Now he is out of his family, he has own group of his own friends, okay, but still one thing is there, that in this stage also children like to be more with their parents, okay, children like to be more with their parents, they feel more safe with their own parents, isn't it? They feel more safe and they want to be with their parents, and somewhat they listen to the instructions of the parents, they understand, okay. Now this was all about the childhood. Now the stage which we are going to talk about is the main topic over here, isn't it? So now we are going to talk about adolescence. So what is this stage, children? Now actually according to WHO, this age group is defined from 11 years to 19 years, okay. According to WHO, this adolescence, I'll be rubbing this and then I'll start from that side, because if I'll start from this side again, then there'll be no place and then it will become half. So I'll rub and I'll write over there, but before writing, I'll just giving a small introduction that what is adolescence, children. It is what a stage after 12, okay, after 12 to what I was telling, according to WHO, the age group is what of the adolescence. The age group which is given by the WHO is 11 to 19, okay, but in general what we can say, like from 12 to 19. So now this is the age where the development takes place, but in the different way, isn't it? In adolescence, the development takes place very fast, but in the different way. We are going to talk about that. And again, as I told that there will be always a difference. What I am telling, there will be always a difference between the two kids, isn't it? I gave an example that some children, they speak soon, isn't it? They learn to speak. Some get their teeth very early, but some children do not get their teeth. So it depends from child to child, okay, how their growth, like they show different characteristics, and it's not fixed what I told you. This day all the children will get this many teeth they'll be having. No, it depends from child to child, it depends from person to person, as we say. So it varies from child to child. But what we are talking about, we are learning the broad range of the groups and their characteristics. So the teenagers are, the teens actually, they come in the adolescence, okay. The teens, they comes under this category of adolescence, and so usually the, adolescence, this age is known as, they are known as teenagers, isn't it? Oh, he is teen, so he'll behave in this way, okay. He is teen, so he won't understand, okay. So what is the problem? Why they don't understand, okay, or what are the things which are very new, okay. So we'll talk about that. So I'll just rub this and then we will write.